Have you ever thought that it was too late to start over? What if I told you about a 70-year-old man who found healing not through medicine, but through music? This isn't just a story about learning the piano. It's about rediscovering joy, healing emotional wounds, and proving that the soul has no expiration date. Let's step into the quiet and profound journey of a man who turned black and white keys into colorful notes of peace. Thomas Bell was 70 years old when he sat down at the piano again for the first time in over 50 years. The room was quiet. The gentle morning sunlight streamed through the thin lace curtains, and in front of him was the old upright piano he had inherited from his mother. It was covered in a light layer of dust, like the memories that seemed to have faded in his mind. It had been silent for decades, just like his own spirit, quiet, waiting for a gentle awakening. Thomas once loved music, a pure and passionate love. When he was a boy, his small fingers glided across the keys with indescribable joy. But life, war with irreplaceable losses, marriage with heavy responsibilities, children growing up with everyday worries, and finally deep personal losses. Somewhere along that winding path, music gradually faded, giving way to the busyness of life, and with it, the most beautiful part of him was slowly forgotten. His wife had passed away 5 years ago. After that, the silence at home wasn't just empty. It was loud with loneliness. He tried gardening. He tried reading. He joined a walking group. But the ache inside never truly left. One afternoon, cleaning the attic, he found a dusty box. Inside, old sheet music, a photo of his mother watching him play when he was 10. He stood silently for a long time, holding the worn photograph close to his heart, quiet tears rolling down his wrinkled cheeks. That was the moment he decided, I will learn again. At first, his fingers were stiff. He couldn't remember the notes. He watched YouTube, downloaded apps, hired a teenage neighbor to tutor. Week after week, something began to shift. Every morning, he sat at the piano for an hour. Hands trembled, but his heart steadied. The sadness softened. Music gave structure to his days. Melody replaced loneliness. He wasn't just playing notes. He was reconnecting with his younger self, who believed in beauty and hope. 3 months in, he played a simple Clair de Lune. When finished, he cried. Not from sadness, but from release. He said, I didn't know peace could sound like this. Neighbors started to notice. Children listened by the window. Some knocked to say thank you. One brought him flowers. My grandma loved that song. Thank you. Thomas found more than a hobby. He found purpose, connection, inner healing. At 70, he wasn't chasing youth. He was embracing wholeness. Thomas's touching story isn't just a heartwarming anecdote. It's also supported by reliable scientific evidence. Did you know that learning a musical instrument, especially the piano, after the age of 60 can bring significant benefits to brain health and mental well-being? Pushpin, a 2017 study published in the journal Frontiers in Human Neuroscience, showed that adults over 60 who participated in music training had significant improvements in memory, with an average increase of 17% in their ability to remember new information. Their information processing speed also increased by 12%, and notably, they reported a 21% higher level of happiness and life satisfaction compared to the control group that did not engage in music. Pushpin, another study by the American Psychological Association, APA, found that actively participating in musical activities was linked to a significant reduction in symptoms of depression and anxiety in older adults, with average reductions of 18% and 15% respectively. But the benefits of playing the piano don't stop at the brain. It also positively impacts many other aspects of health. Brain cognitive function. Learning music requires smooth coordination between hands and eyes, the ability to memorize complex notes and melodies, and enhances concentration and problem-solving skills. Studies show that learning music can slow age-related cognitive decline by up to 36%. Red Heart emotional resilience. Music has a remarkable ability to stimulate the brain to release dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and motivation. Playing favorite songs can increase dopamine levels by up to 9%, bringing feelings of relaxation and happiness. Palms up together. Fine motor skills. The flexible movements of the fingers when playing the piano help maintain the suppleness of the joints and stimulate the activity of the nerves in the hands, preventing stiffness and reducing the risk of developing movement-related diseases in older adults. One study found that musicians have 25% better fine motor skills than non-musicians. Heart rate and stress levels. Music has a calming effect on the nervous system, helping to lower heart rate and blood pressure. Research has demonstrated that playing music can reduce cortisol levels, the stress hormone, by an average of 19%, thereby helping to reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases and improve sleep quality. Just spending about 15 to 30 minutes each day sitting at the piano can create significant positive changes in your physical and mental health. And importantly, it's never too late to begin this meaningful musical journey. If you don't have a piano readily available, don't worry. Consider these options: a compact and affordable digital keyboard, easy to move and store; online music courses with a wealth of free and paid learning materials suitable for all levels. Community centers often have group music classes for older adults, creating opportunities for socializing and learning from each other. Or just listen to music. Listen deeply, music you once loved. Let the music guide you inward, evoking positive emotions. Healing doesn't always require bitter pills or complex medical therapies. Sometimes it begins with a resonant note, touching the deepest parts of your heart. Now, Thomas plays the piano every morning, like a sacred ritual, to welcome the new day. His fingers have become more agile, and his heart is filled with joyful melodies. He has even started writing simple songs, musical pieces that contain the truest emotions of his life. He says he no longer feels old, he feels alive in a complete and meaningful way, not because the wrinkles on his face have disappeared, but because his heart has awakened. So, if you've ever thought it's too late to learn something new, to fully feel the spectrum of emotions, to heal old wounds, remember Thomas's story. Let his story be a hopeful reminder. It's never too late to rediscover your own unique rhythm, to find peace within your soul, and to let the joy of living return through the simplest of things, like a warm piano key beneath your fingertips. Because healing doesn't follow a rigid schedule. It comes naturally, following the sound of your soul when it is finally heard.